When Chidi woke up, he found himself surrounded by his wife and every woman he had deceived. They gave him the beating of his life that day. After being hospitalized, he vowed never to deceive women again, and Mora moved on to her next target. She exposed different men who derived joy in hurting women until one night, she encountered Kelvin, a charming man who appeared perfect on the surface. Kelvin was different. He was calculating, aware of his power over women, and careful to cover his tracks. He was the typical narcissist. Mora knew he would be a challenge, but she was determined. In a city called Polaris, there lived a seemingly ordinary girl named Mora. Mora was beautiful, quiet, and worked as a librarian during the day. But as night fell, Mora became something entirely different, a serpent with glistening scales and piercing amber eyes. This transformation wasn't a curse but a choice. Years ago, Mora had made a pact with Lydia, the goddess of retribution, after her own heart was shattered by a man who lived a double life. Lydia had granted her the power to bring justice to men who thrived on lies and deception, those who preyed on women's trust and emotions. Mora's mission was clear: she would seek out these men and ensure they could never hurt another woman again. Mora's first victim was a man named Chidi. A businessman, Chidi had a wife who adored him and many girlfriends who believed his lies of being single. By day, Mora befriended him, pretending to be a sweet, shy librarian who had fallen for his charms. By night, as the serpent, she slithered into his home, her scales shimmering under the moonlight. She whispered truths into his dreams, exposing his lies to the women in his life. When Chidi woke up, he found himself surrounded by his wife and every woman he had deceived. They gave him the beating of his life that day. After being hospitalized, he vowed never to deceive women again, and Mora moved on to her next target. She exposed different men who derived joy in hurting women until one night, she encountered Kelvin, a charming man who appeared perfect on the surface. Kelvin was different. He was calculating, aware of his power over women, and careful to cover his tracks. He was the typical narcissist. Mora knew he would be a challenge, but she was determined. Mora followed Kelvin for weeks, watching him charm his way through the lives of unsuspecting women. He had a fiancée he professed undying love for, yet his phone was filled with messages from countless others. Mora knew she had to act fast before he ruined more lives. One night, while watching Kelvin in his home, Mora found a faded photograph tucked away in a box under his bed. The photo showed a young boy, clearly Kelvin, standing beside a man who appeared to be his father. The boy wore a hesitant smile, but what caught Mora's attention was the back of the photograph. Written in shaky handwriting were the words, "To my boys, I'm sorry I couldn't stay. Love, Mama." The words stirred something in Mora. She realized there was a story buried beneath Kelvin's behavior, one that demanded understanding. Mora sought Lydia's guidance, retreating to the edge of the city under the full moon. Mora wanted to find out what happened in the past. Lydia granted her a vision, a gift she rarely used unless absolutely necessary. The vision transported Mora to Kelvin's past, showing her the day his mother left. She uncovered something she hadn't expected. Kelvin's womanizing behavior stemmed from a deep wound in his past. His mother had abandoned him and his father for another man, leaving him to believe that love was fleeting and loyalty was a lie. Mora was faced with a dilemma: should I destroy him or guide him to change? For the first time, she sought Lydia's counsel. The goddess reminded her that her mission was justice, not vengeance, and justice sometimes meant offering a path to redemption. Mora decided to give Kelvin a chance to change. She revealed herself to him in human form, explaining her mission and his faults. Shocked and humbled, Kelvin broke off his harmful relationships and sought therapy to confront his past. Mora's transformation wasn't just physical, it was symbolic. The more justice she brought, the closer she grew to breaking her pact with Lydia. One day, she would be able to live wholly as herself, free from the serpent form, knowing she had made the world a little safer for women. As the serpent of the night, Mora became a legend. Men whispered of a creature who punished the unfaithful, while women saw her as a guardian. And though her serpent form was feared, Mora knew she was fulfilling a mission that mattered, one broken promise at a time. In the end, Mora is not just a girl or a serpent, she is a force of nature, reminding the world that actions have consequences and that no one can escape the truth forever. If you enjoyed this story, click like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to comment your thoughts on Mora's ability to transform. Do you think she was doing the right thing to those men who deceived women? See you in my next story.